Okay, we're gonna go over a couple problems on the homework. I'm only gonna go over two because I think that's all that's gonna be necessary. Uh, so on the back of the homework, it says to find the coordinates of the vertices of each figure after the given transformation. All right, but it doesn't give you graph paper. Of course, you can use your own graph paper, or you can just draw your own graph. So I'm doing one here, but let's just say you did not have a graph like I have. You could always just draw something very, very basic. I mean, you could draw something like this and just number your number your axes. You know, one, two, three, and then on the other side, -1, -2, -3. And all you do, I mean, if we plot one of these points, you're going to know where the other one is. So if I have 1, -1, that point would be right here. Again, this is a makeshift graph, but I'm going over 1, down 1. So if I reflect that over the x-axis, remember that's going to be up here. So count one up to the x-axis, one up. That's going to be your reflected point right there. And you just do all 3 points like that. Now I'm going to do it on my graph just because I have it here available to do. And so I'm going to do number 7. So we have 1, -1, so I'm going to plot that. So 1, -1 would be here. 4, 0 would be here. And 4, -4 would be here. I'm going to connect those. And remember, we are going over the x-axis, so I'm just going to put my going over that. Remember, if a point is touching it, that means if your point is touching the line of symmetry, that means that it stays the same when you reflect it. All right, so actually n prime is going to be the same. So, well, let's do k. K is going to be up here. So I'm going to get my thing here. All right, so k, remember you count up 1, up 1. All right, so k, that's going to be k prime. So my k prime is going to be 1, 1. So that's k prime. All right. So that's k prime. Then, let's see. N prime, well, it's going to be the same. So n prime is going to be exactly the same because it's right on the line of reflection. And q prime, you just count up 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4, and you end up at 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So just make sure and count right. And all right, so we have our there we go. Put my q prime. But you don't have to graph. I mean, it's not asking you to graph it. You don't even have a graph on yours, but you could use a graph. All right, so q prime, do it over here, is 4, 4. All right, pretty easy. All right, so those are my points. Okay, go and do another one. All right, looking at this one, number 11, it says write a rule. I'm only going to do one of these because it should become pretty obvious. When it says write a rule, just to say what is the line of reflection? So what is the original being reflected over? And it doesn't matter if you recognize which one is the original. Now you should, based on what we've been doing in class, you should recognize that the one without the prime marks is your pre-image, and your blue one here with your prime marks is the image. All right? So where would the line be? Well, pretty obviously the line would have to be right here. Now you just need to recognize what line that is. So that line is at -2. And since it's going through the x-axis, it is x equals -2. Remember, a line going through the x-axis is x equals -2. It's not y equals. All right, so we can say that this is a reflection over x equals -2. All right, and that's going to be good for that one. And I'm going to be right back. So try your other ones. I'm going to be right back. Okay, so that should help you out with the other problems on your homework. So hopefully this was actually pretty an easier homework than the other ones we've had. So hopefully you did, or you're going to do well on it. All right.